Okay, maybe we could start, no, Alex?
Yeah, whenever you want. Okay. Well, hello everybody. As you know, my name is Alex Espuña. I work as a communicator for Resilience Earth, and I am coordinating this training. As I told you in the email, we will have Cesar with us today again. Cesar works as a therapist and as a group facilitator for Resilience Earth, and he's a founding member of the Institute of Facilitation and Change. He's also a founding member of the Institute of Work of Process and Deep Democracy for Spain, and he's specialized in conflict work. Cesar is here with us today for the first session of identity naming. So I will pass it to him. Hello, Cesar, and welcome again to the Community Catalyst training.
Okay, hello. Welcome again. There are new faces, no? There are people who was not here the other day. No? Okay. So the idea for today is I'm going to talk a little bit about power, no? because it was something that there was some interest, no, in the last Monday. So we will dedicate half of the session to talk a little bit about power and do a little exercise with this, and then we will start with the next part, no, about what do we want to become, no? And next Monday you will carry on with Eric and Alba, like going deeper, no, in the identity and in a way, yeah, having more awareness of what is the purpose, what is the vision, no, what do we want to achieve, no, as in our teams, communities, organizations. And in a way, the idea of power comes also from last Monday, you know, that we were saying about co-sensing, no, like in a way is exploring who we are. And there is a part, no, that you were saying with Erika and Carla, no, that there is a part of, in a way, going deeper, no, into there is the things that are more in the surface, more evident, and then there are all these things that are below, no, in different levels, no? And the deeper that we go, the more that we know, the more information that we have about our community or our organization, is the better. And then there is a part of who we are that we only can know through relationship. No, it's a process. We can't know who we are just thinking about it, just analyzing. It's a process that never ends. And like going deeper is essential, but then we have to relate from there. And in the relationship, there is our identity is emerging more and more. No? And conflict is an essential part of this. In a way, a conflict in the organization is the organization trying to know more of itself. So in a way, we need to be more comfortable with conflict. You know, we need to, it's important, as we were saying last Monday, to choose our battles. You know? Don't go for every conflict that we have, but also don't avoid conflict, or don't see conflict as we are doing something wrong, or it's because our governance is not working, or we are bad organized. No, conflict is a natural part, an essential part of the function of any team, any community, you know, and there is this need, no, to really make more room, no, more space for conflict in a good way. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to start. We are going to do a little timing break, breakout rooms, just to connect a little bit, no? And if you are with another one that was the other Monday, you can just talk a little bit about last Monday. If there are any thoughts, any questions, any reflections. If you were not there, you can ask the other person, no, for some. They can tell you something about last Monday, and then we will come back, share a little bit if there are any questions or any reflections from last Monday, and then we will carry on with power, and then with yeah, what do we want to become? Yeah, good. So yeah, see you in 10 minutes, okay? Hello. Okay. Okay, so we are going to open a little space if there are any questions or reflections about the last day. Yeah, you.
We were just talking with Laura that I felt that the information was very nice. It was not the first time I had this information, but it was very nice to refresh this. And then I realized that I wish we had more role models how to handle conflicts without so much drama, no? Like you see in movies and everywhere is like huge drama every time that there is a conflict. And I feel like there is a bit of a unbalance between how to handle in a healthy manner a conflict and how it's represented culturally. Yeah. So maybe, well, this my feeling, and also I wanted to ask if you have actually kind of like a book or movies that you would recommend where there's like a healthy management of conflict that we can learn from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, movies. I don't know, but
yeah, difficult.
but books. Yeah, so I can send you some bibliography and some links to that are for me quite interesting about managing conflicts and with case studies and things like that. So yeah, thank you, Judith. Anyone else? Okay. Yeah.
I would like to say something, if it's possible.
Yes.
You hear me, right? I'm sorry about the camera. My internet is not strong enough in the moment, but you hear me. That's most important. I just wanted to, I don't know, to mark something which I find very important for me, and maybe you will also have some use of it. I told this to the people in my group. I had on the 8th of March, which means like on the Women's Day, I had one conflict, which was completely unexpected with a friend, and of course on topic of feminism and gender roles and everything that goes with that. which is again now very, very, as you might all have noticed, actual, you know, through the things going on in London. But what I wanted to say is that this conflict, I did not expect it. It was with a friend, and it started so gently, so without any announcement. And then for some reason it developed into, as Judith says, a drama. And but the thing out of it, I didn't manage to come to the resolution of this conflict, and I'm still not, like, we are not talking now, this person and me. But what happened is that I got so nervous about it, like so angry, because I don't want to have this anymore, these conversations and the same arguments anymore. Like, I'm, you know, on halfway of burning out with that. So I made, like, I couldn't sleep that night and I was searching all over internet. So I'm trying to make it very short. I came to one insight that is for me absolutely very important. And I was so happy that I had the feeling that I got the resolution inside myself, and I had no need anymore to, you know, do anything with this person anymore, like to trying to explain or anything. So, and what I wanted to emphasize here is that conflict can be like very evolutional, like inspiring for your development, and it doesn't have to do with the fact did you come to the resolution outside or not. And of course you did say something like that last time, but I just wanted to to tell you, well, it happened to me after we had this and I'm very much aware that this good outcome of this conflict for me came with the support of this training, through reading the manual and through, like, you know, listening to all these sessions. I was very much like connected with conflict resolution, with like trying to go beyond fight. Like, I hope this is clear what I want to say. I still don't have it verbally very clear, but this is fresh for me still, but this is what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mirjana. Thank you. Okay. Okay, are we ready for to move? Okay, so one of the things that makes conflict more difficult is power. Power and power dynamics. You know? So sometimes, in a way, power gets in the middle of conflict and makes it much more, sometimes much more difficult, more painful, more, you know. And so we are going to talk a little bit about power, just a little bit, okay? Because we have a short time, but I want to share just a way to see power and power dynamics. And as I was saying on Monday, with all the ideas or models, no, that we are presenting here, they are just models or ideas. No, you don't have to agree with them. Just take it what is useful for you, you know, and what makes sense for you. And for me, this is a way to see power and power dynamics that is quite useful, you know, and in a way helps to move, you know, helps to to abort things and to sometimes de-escalate the conflict or defroze the conflict, or to, in a way, have more relationship with the other part. And one of the things about power is that power is something that in a way we all struggle with it. You know, and any one of us will have moments, no, that powers make suffer us, no, or we struggle with our own power and how we use it, or how others use it. So we talk about power, and in a way, it's something that makes us react, no, or makes us angry, no, so also, as I am explaining, be aware of your reactions or of your feelings about what I am saying, no? And also, no, like me, no, a white male talking about power and privilege, I'm going to do it wrong, no, because it's something that. No, it's something that is not solved, no, in society, in our relationships. It is something that is painful, no, and difficult. No? So yeah, I will try to do my best. Okay. So maybe the first thing is like power, rank, privilege, no, is like different angles to different angles of the same, no, in a way, no, like we can see rank as the summatory of my privileges, no, of my in any moment, no, in a given moment I have like in a way a set of privilege, and this privilege gives me like the capacity or the ability to do what I want or not. And this power has different sources. It's not something that is monolithic. No, it's something that is really dynamic. No? And comes from different sources. So this is something really important, because sometimes we get really like a kind of a fixed idea about power, about my own power, about the power of others. Yeah, clear so far? Okay. So we can see like 4 main sources of power. No? The first is social power, what we call social power, and this is the power or the privilege that I have when I am aligned with what society values. So if I am white, no, my color of skin, no, male, heterosexual, with a degree on some university, with a good income, if I have a couple, if my beliefs in a way are something okay in society, if I have a good aspect, you know? These are all things that give me social power. Yeah. And this is something, as you see, that you have it or you don't. No? And you don't have to do anything in a way. It's something that in a way is a power that is not really earned. No? It's something that the society gives you. Yeah. So this is like a big chunk, no, of the power map, no? all this social rank or social power. there is another part of the power that comes from the context. And these are the privilege or the power that are given by if I am then aligned, with what the context values. So, for example, maybe in this little community here, maybe if you are in a great organization that is making a lot of change in the world, that gives you some contextual power. Or if you have ability with conflict, or if you have ability with the relationships, or are interested in change and in people, this gives you contextual power. So it's something that changes with the context. Yeah. If you have any questions, please ask. Yeah. And this again, is a power that is determined, determined by context. Is again, is something that comes from outside. It doesn't depend a lot on you. It depends on the context. And the social power depends on the society. And then we have like the more inner sources of power. And it's what we call personal power and spiritual power. So personal power is the power that comes from your experience. Like, for example, if you had like strong challenges in your life and you had gone over it, in a way you were able to meet these challenges. You were able to survive. You were able to succeed with this. This gives you like some personal power, or the abilities that you had cultivate, like the abilities to be yourself, the ability to fight for what you believe. These are things that give you this personal power, and this is a power that goes with you. It's not context dependent, or is not social dependent. Yeah? And then there is what we call spiritual power. That is the power that comes from believing something that goes beyond you. That can be God, or the great spirit, or justice, or some cause, that in a way you believe in. So you are not working just for yourself, or you are not doing things just for yourself, but for the greater good, or for social justice, or for God. And this gives you also power. So at the end, your power in a given situation is the summatory in a way of all these sources. So the thing here is that there are always power differences, always, in any team, in any organization, in any relationship. The power is never equal. Because anyone has different life experiences, different social rank, contextual power, different connection with what goes beyond himself. So there are always difference and power dynamics. So if you are in a team and you say we have issues with power, no, this is just that the team is breathing in a way. It's alive. No, all teams have issues with power. All organizations have run and power dynamics. And the thing here is not about trying to how do you say to be equal in any given, but to be aware, to be aware of the power that we have in any given situation, and to be aware of how we use it, you know? How we use the power that we have. Because the difficulty, you know, is that we are normally really aware when we don't have power. But it's really difficult to be aware when we have it. And this is what creates a lot of conflicts, a lot of pain, a lot of difficulties. No, the lack of awareness, no? Because when we have the power, no, we are not aware of it. So there are a lot of possibilities that we are not using it well. No? That in a way we misuse the power or abuse, no, the power that we have. And then we enter in what we call like power triangles or power dynamics. Today I don't have the blackboard, but I have this. I will try with this, okay? So maybe this you already know. You know, like for example, we have here the oppressor. Do you see it? Do you see it well? Yeah. The victim. And the terrorist. Yeah. This is like a typical power triangle. So, for example, no, I am not really aware of my power, and I, in a way, misuse it. So, for example, and this is not about some like things really important. Sometimes it's just in a meeting. No, I am in a meeting, and in a way, I force a little bit some proposal. And there are some signals that there are people that is not, but yeah, I go with because I believe in it, and this has to be done, so let's do this. So in a way, without really being aware of this, I become the oppressor, no? And the other becomes the victim of it. Yeah? And maybe I am on the other side of this, and I don't have the power to say no to the proposal. But then what I do? Terrorism. No? And for sure you have experienced it in your organization, no? That we take decisions, and then the decision is not working. Because the other people is just okay, yes, I say yes, but then nobody is fulfilling, making the going on with the proposal. So then here, me, the oppressor, became the victim, because wow, I made the proposal, everyone say yes, and now nobody is doing it. So now I am the victim. And then I become the terrorist, because now I am not going to do any more proposals, never. No, or now I and then the others, because so we can be here for ages. We can put here instead of oppressor, savior, and it's the same. I think that you are too vulnerable and you need something, and I do it for you. But then I feel victimized, and I do terrorism, and boom, 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 and yeah, I am doing so much effort, and you are not grateful for that, so I become the victim. Yeah, do you see it?
I have a
I
question.
see it, but
Oh, no, you go.
sorry, I didn't see you. That it makes sense to me. It's super funny to see this way, but I think I need more explanation of the terrorism.
But
like why terrorism and who becomes terrorist.
yeah, terrorism is like a metaphor, okay, like a way of seeing that you just like there is something, no, that in a way oppress us. I feel the victim, and I don't feel the strength to stand to defend, no, to in a way to go into conflict, like face to face or in a direct way. So instead of that, I go in a way a little behind. No, I don't say no. I don't agree with it. I say yes, but then it's no. So I make sabotage. No, I criticize behind. No, I go in the like I arrive home and I say, wow, this teammate is blah 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 blah. These are all forms of terrorism. So it's not a way to be direct about conflict, no? But it's a way to go around, no? And this perpetuates the power, these power dynamics. Yeah, it's a bit clearer.
And okay, yes. So it's the way that a victim becomes a well, oppressor.
Yeah, and then becomes oppressor. No, once I do my little sabotage, I become the oppressor. No? And the triangle carries on.
Thank you.
You can see it also, like any time that we feel oppressed, we feel wishes to revenge. In a more little or in a more bigger way, we seek revenge. And we do it, yeah, criticizing or saying, okay, they say this, but I'm going to do what I want, or going behind in another way, but in a way I need my revenge because I felt oppressed. Yeah, I felt victim of this, and doing that I become the oppressed and the other person the victim, and pam pam pam. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. With these other two words, sabotage and revenge, makes more sense to me. Thank you.
Perfect.
Now
Perfect.
I understand better.
Okay. There were more questions? Okay, so how we Thea, yeah.
I had a question. If you could like define like what like power in this context, because it feels like for me, like I understand that I guess like the social power is sort of like coming from institutionalized systems of oppression, right? Like racial capitalism or gender dynamics or class or race.
Yeah.
But I'm understanding, but it feels like these are different ways that institutional relationships of power, institutionalized systems of oppression get played out daily, no? and there's like, it feels like there's this like separation between interpersonal situations that you're describing around, yeah, like if you're in a meeting space or something like that, that get played out. And then this sort of like more institutionalized or structural violence that's enacting like every day. And it feels like for me, like the personal power is connected in some ways to the social power because of the way that like those systems are internalized within us. So I'm curious, like,
we can see, as we were saying the other Monday, that the process has this fractal structure. No, you remember that, like a broccoli, no, so you can see this dynamic in a personal interaction, but also socially. And this is what happens, like these triangles is what happens when there are not awareness, when we don't have awareness of our power. You know? I became the oppressor when I am not aware of how I am using the power that I have. You know? I feel big. Also, sometimes I feel victim when I also am not connected with the power that I have in the moment. And here I am not saying that oppression doesn't exist. There are oppressors and there are victims. You know? And this is like a more dynamic way of seeing it. Yeah? So in a way, how we get out of this, you know? How we can step out of this cycle. And the thing is, using the power that I have. Like we get hypnotized by the low power. And the thing here is that we are not, we never are just victims. There are always some power that we have in any situation. And tapping into this, that this give us ways to get out of these dynamics. From any of the points, no, of the triangle, like taking the power that I have and being aware of it and being aware of how I am using it. Yeah, you had a question?
Yeah, no, precisely this. Like I was going to say, like then when you're oppressor, being aware of your privilege and your power can avoid looping.
Yeah.
And also being a victim, realizing that so when you're a victim, realizing that you have the power or the decision to become a terrorist or not can also be a stop for the.
Yeah.
But then I have the feeling that when you're a terrorist, but you understand me. When you're in a terrorist situation, you're already late, no?
Late? Where the in the moment that you are aware that now like this is also not about feeling guilty. About this is something that we all are here in some moments, no? That I think that we all relate, no, with seeking revenge. I think that for me every day I seek revenge for something. No? Okay. Even when I don't know, no, driving, no, or there are a lot of moments, no, like no, there are this guy, no, or you seek revenge, no. So it's not it's like not just feeling guilty, no, because sometimes guilt is not really useful. It doesn't move you to take some responsibility, no. But in the moment that you are aware, no, and that maybe I can do different, no, in this situation.
Yeah, so that your first impulse would be, go and take revenge, and then you're like, wait, like if you can reassess the situation, then you can stop the loop.
You can try, yes.
But you should still, if you feel victim of something, you should still talk to the oppressor, no?
Yes, this is what we are going to practice now. I will propose an exercise. Yeah. Yeah. Any Rita? Yeah.
Yes, I was about to ask, but mainly with the exercise, it's what you will do. But like going back to the example you said, like what should the oppressor or the person who is aware of the power, what should this person do in order to not cause any victims or and what the victim, I understand that should be aware of its own power and be to say no or whatever, speak their mind, no? But the oppressor, what does with awareness of power?
Like to use it, to use the power, like for example, no, if taking the example of this meeting that we are deciding something, you know, and I am in a way I have more contextual rank, so in a way I know that there is something that if I say it, the people are going to say yes, even if it's not really convinced. So if I am aware of this, I can go slower with the decision. I can in a way help the other opinions to emerge. Like for example, asking more. Yeah, I see your face that you are not really convinced. What are your resistance to the proposal? Please, I am interested. This will be a good use of power. Instead of just, okay, if you want, you just say no. Why you didn't? No, this will be a bad use. Yeah. No, like in a way, when we have power in a situation, we think that all the people have the same. And you can see the signals, no? Like in a meeting, no, there are people that is comfortable and they easily talk and say their opinion. And there are other people that is not there, But we have the tendency to think that all the people have the same experience that us. That if I am comfortable, it's because everyone is comfortable. And this is lack of power. This is this lack of awareness. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we go for the next little practice? Yeah.
Yeah, Cesar, you have a few questions on the chat.
Okay.
By Mirjana. The last ones.
Savior falls into the oppressor role. Savior is another way of oppress, in a way, because in a way you patronize the other person. You think that the other person has less power than you think, and then you decide things for the other person without asking, for example, or decide that you have to help them. So it's a way of oppression. And also you can experience it a lot, that when someone saves you, it's a little bit, it's not really, it's a little bit disgusting, when you react to it. You feel a little bit victim and a little bit resentful, when someone do that for you. So that's why. And there are another question. And to get hypnotized by the low rank, it's also because it's painful to experience the low rank. It's not a no like to have power in a situation is great. No, you feel comfortable, you feel at ease, no, that you feel that you can talk or not talk or go on, but when you are not in this situation, no, is no, so we get really a little bit fixed here, no, on the yeah, on this sensation, no? And when we are here, in a way, I forgot that I have other alternatives than just being here. So that's why we get a little bit trapped, no? Like I yeah, no, like why me? No, for example, no, or no, we get a little bit in this, yeah. Okay, so we go for the exercise. Let's go. So really simple, okay? You can take the situation that you were working the other day. Yeah. Like some situation, if you were not here, like some situation in your organization or in your team or in your community that in a way is a kind of conflict, needs some facilitation. Yeah. So you take this example and analyze it from the power perspective. No, like what are the power on the other side? There are two sides on the conflict. What this side? What are their powers in terms of social power, contextual, personal, spiritual, and in my side, what are mine? And just try, if from this perspective, no, if I am more aware of the power that I have, what I could do different from there. Yeah. It's clear then? No? What did you? Yeah, question? I don't.
Sorry. I did this exercise since the iceberg on myself. So I'm analyzing myself. So I can't imagine how will I do this identification of the different power sources for me and myself.
Uh-huh.
Could you give some clue, some
So
hint?
what? I didn't understand you, Paula. Could you repeat?
From the iceberg exercise, we could do it on an organization, community, or on ourselves. I did it for myself.
Yeah.
And then last week, when we talked about the process, I've identified that myself, I am in the conflict phase. So I'm in conflict, an inner conflict with myself.
Yeah.
So how will I manage this in this exercise?
Oh, it's the same. It's the same because there are parts of me that have less rank. Like for example, the part of me that is a bit lazy.
Okay.
No, I don't like it. No, it has no social rank at all. No, it has no. That is like a less. I like my energetic. No, and the part of me that is able. So you can see it also. No, like there are part of ourselves that has low rank, low power. We don't give. So So think of, yeah, what is your conflict? No, what is in one side, what is in the other side, and which is the power that this side has, and which is the power that this one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Kevin, you have a question? Okay, shall we go then? Are you ready? Eulalia.
I have a question. What about, are we supposed to like look at the different people in the organization and look at their powers or at ourselves?
You can, no, just to simplify it, just make two parts. You know, there is this faction and this other, you know,
Okay.
like in any conflict, there are always two parts.
Okay.
So this part, what is the power of this part? You know, maybe there are the people that is older that is more time in the organization, and they are the males, and they are and this other part, what is their sources of power?
Okay.
And then just experience if just putting a little bit of awareness on this gives you some clue to how to move the situation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you will have like 20 minutes, okay, like 10 minutes each to go for the like in the kappas, no? One helps the other, no? With his or her situation, and then you change, yeah. And if there are any questions, call me. I think I can go to the rooms.
Yeah, you can.
So put a message and I will help you. Okay. Let's go. Welcome back. How it went? Was useful, interesting? Yeah. Do you have maybe we just have half an hour, so I will forget about the second part because we have the time that we have. So maybe we can see. I'm sure there will be questions.
I had a question.
Yeah, let me.
So in our discussion, we were just talking, and I was kind of thinking about it because we were talking about a two-person conflict. So I was asking, when there's two people, because you have the three sides of the triangle. So then, is one person is the oppressor? Then, does the other person switch between victim and terrorist, or how does it work when there's only two people in the conflict?
Oh, it's always, in a way, it's always the same, no? That the one person is going through the different parts, and the other also, no? When I become the oppressor, then you feel the victim, and then you seek for revenge. So you start to making some revenge. Then I feel the victim, and then I seek revenge, and I make terrorism on you, and then I become the oppressor again, and you feel the victim. So it's not like three persons on the triangle, but more like two parts that are going around. No, the different parts. Yeah, it's clear, Lemmy.
Thank you. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yes. Like in the conflict, I was talking with Sid. We were both at the same time oppressor and victim. How do you go out of that? Like the other part of the conflict is not aware of his privileges, and I am forcing to make a decision because I need it. So how do you go out of this? Because it seems like never ending.
Like, so, like, how is the situation?
So, for example, it's about cleaning, no? Like, yes, I have different standards of cleaning,
yeah.
and the other part not. And I have the feeling that we both have the roles of oppressor and victim at the same time. And I have the feeling that we're both escalating in frustration, but it's like, it's
the other person is a male.
yes.
Just for casualty, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is my allergy also. So
your allergy, what do you mean?
I have an allergy to these kind of like, well, I'm a male, so I don't reflect on my privilege, and I don't value as much being co-responsible of the house tasks. And this is like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So so it's you, no, and the other part.
Yes.
Yeah. And the other part has the social rank, no? Yeah. As a male, no, or like all this privilege, no, is not that I am not cleaning enough, no, is that we have different standards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the position.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your rank? What is your power?
Experience, I suppose. Yes.
Experience
in cleaning and making decisions about cleaning and having the overview on cleaning.
You have a review, and also I think that you also have this awareness, no, that he is not aware of his privilege.
Yeah, but this is for me my spiritual power. Like,
yeah.
This is my drive.
Yeah. So you have this.
Yes.
You have this spiritual power in a way. In a way, you know that justice is in your side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that he has no reason. He's just unaware.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Yes.
Are you following? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that this is what is important, that you can take more this with more strength.
But then I feel that I have the mental burden that I have to go behind him. If not, he will not do it. And this is
not with this, but with the conflict.
Okay.
Like this about the different standards is bullshit, and you know it. So I am not buying this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that maybe you are not taking your position and your power enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
but like,
it makes sense to you.
Yes, but like I also don't want him to feel that he does nothing good. It's like this is not the point. Like
no, but but in this thing, yes, you are doing wrong, and you know it, and you are just making excuses.
Yeah.
Like to really take your your side, your power, to really take it.
Yeah.
And this is the way of going out.
But which is the difference between me forcing a decision, an agreement, and being an oppressor, and me taking my power and tomando el toro por las bañas? So which is the difference? Like, because it's a very thin line.
Yes. Yes, because also it looks like you want to take care of the relationship.
Yeah, of course. We
Mhm.
live together.
You
know.
have
Yeah.
both sides, no? You want to take care of the relationship, and
Yeah.
you're also fed up of this dynamic with the cleaning. Yeah?
Mhm.
So yeah, what is the difference between being oppressor and again, no? This is not something that is fixed. No, but it's a relationship, it's a process, it's a conflict.
Mhm.
And it's not going to be solved by not taking your power. It makes sense, Judith.
Yeah, but like it's, I don't know, when I talk to people, they say, well, men never change. Just get the cleaner, you will not get solved this problem. You know, it's like, what the
This is
fuck?
not
This
true.
is absurd. So yeah, I don't know, like,
This is not true.
okay. But I also don't want to feel that I'm sabotaging him because I talked about this now, you know, it's like, yeah.
Well, a little bit, no? A little bit of revenge is also like healthy, no?
Yes, but I feel guilty. I don't feel good. Yes. Okay. Okay, I think yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. What else?
Well, I guess like I have a question around like I feel like sometimes we could fall easily into sort of like oppression Olympics. Like, and I think that like around like, oh, whose identities or what identity in this situation are we like the most oppressed, or acting as an oppressor, acting as a victim? And it feels like for me it's a lot more fluid. Like we all have so many different identities within us. It's important to like do self-reflection and community reflection around what identities give us social power, but mostly like around, and I think that there it feels for me like really different. Like in this case, it's like there's societal privilege that men have that is internalized, which means that they don't take responsibility, or there's often a lack of responsibility around household chores because that's non-paid work, so it's not like visibilized. And women often are socialized to feel guilt when we confront that system of privilege, right?
Yeah.
But I think but it feels like that doesn't necessarily dictate power. It does in some ways, but it also, power feels like the ability to make a change in the situation, which of course is impacted by societal privilege. But I wonder like how we can, I don't know, it feels like there's a nuance that's not just around like what one identity makes us an oppressor in a situation.
Yeah, you can see it here as power dynamics is something that happens moment to moment. It's not something fixed. It's something that happens moment to moment. No? And we have to abort it like in the context that is appearing, like moment to moment. No? It's not, yeah, it's what you say, no? It's not about who is more oppressed or but this is something that happens in the moment, no? And to put a little bit more of awareness on the moment, on how I am using the power that I have in the moment, or how the other person is using this is key. And I was going to say something else. and I forget something that, well, it will come again.
Can I jump in? We have some conversation here in a chat, and I was saying, because I've been living with like last 3 years I'm living alone, and it's awesome, but I've been living more than 13 years with different people in like different countries, and this cleaning thing is always like a problem. So once I did, I was like, really, we couldn't come to any consensus with that guy who was living with me. And actually what I did, I was so pissed once because he left his hairs like all over the shower. So I took his mess and I put it in his bed on his pillow. And this is the only thing that worked. So from then on, he was cleaning after himself. I took a revenge, but it worked.
It's an example of a revenge that works. No?
I had a question about actually revenge or like terrorism and things. Isn't it? To me, it feels like from like becoming, shifting from victim to terrorist. It's more like losing even more power. Is that possible? Like acts of terrorism would be like a way also to.
It depends also. Like sometimes we don't see other alternative, and sometimes works. No, like mira, with Maya. Like sometimes no, the oppression is so nasty or so big that I think that it's not about what is good or bad. No, it's more about awareness. No, and sometimes, yes, sometimes we need to be to fight in a way with what we can. And in the moment that we have more room to do something else, do it. But also like always seeing it, no, like something that is really dynamic, no? And that really changes moment to moment. And so is yes, yeah, and it's a process, no? That in a way we are gaining more, more awareness, no, with time. It makes sense to you, Maria?
Yes, it does. But then another point to that would be, wouldn't small acts of terrorism lead to even more oppression from the oppressor as well?
Yes, sometimes yes, because they create more revenge on the oppressor. So in a way the power, like it's like a kind of vicious, no, power dynamics that feeds itself. No, so yeah, in the moment that we are able to go out of that's great, but I think also that we need some compassion with ourselves and with people around this, no? Because yeah, sometimes it's just really messy, no, and difficult, and we do what we can. Okay. There are any other question?
Yes, I have been thinking all the time about like the relationship between power and leadership. If you could say words about that, and some words about how do we use power positively.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like when you are in a leadership position, power awareness is especially important, no? Because you are you are at a big risk to misuse your power. You know? And also one of the things with this is that with power comes responsibility. It's something that goes hand by hand. You know? And with the leadership, if you step in any leadership role, in any leadership position, you are going to be criticized. You are going to be attacked. So, for example, just knowing this, no, and don't feel victimized by the attacks as a leader. This is the first step to do a good use of power when you are in the leadership position. Yeah. Because again, the tendency is to feel the victim, to be more, to don't be aware of the privileges that comes with the leadership, to be more aware of the burdens, of the attacks, of the criticisms. So if we put ourselves here, then we are going to abuse our power. It's almost a recipe. Yeah. And another thing that is really important, and this is for leaders, leadership position or any position, like to make a good use of your power, you need to love yourself. You need to in a way really accept who you are. Because if not, it's quite difficult, you know, to really to don't get caught in this power dynamics. So the main thing is awareness, and with a leader, the awareness that you are in a special position in a way, and the awareness of the privilege, and that not all the people has the same experience. For example, is really when you are in a organization, no, and you are leader, and there is something new, someone new, and you say to him, if you need something, just ask me. Yeah. This is an awareness of privilege, because the new is not going to ask you anything. Because if he asks, it's going to prove that he's not so professional or so autonomous. So it's not going to ask you. You have to ask if you are the leader, because you have to realize that the comfort that you have asking people or relating is not something that everyone has. So this kind of awareness is what is important, you know, when you are in a leadership position. This awareness of that the other people is not in the same, it doesn't have the same privileges. So to use your privilege to, in a way, share this power. Yeah. Okay. Kevin.
Yes. How are you?
Fine. Tell me.
For me, it's not really clear, all of this topic. Okay?
Normal. This is normal.
This is normal. Good. So first, before we close this class, I don't know if you're coming back next week.
No.
Well, so is there a practical tool that you can deliver to
for this with this power? There is. I will send you some bibliography, and there is one book that is called Power, with one of my teachers, Julie Diamond, that is great for this, and it has a lot of like practical tools. You can do like a self-assessment of your power print. No, she calls it power print, and it gives a lot of examples. No? So I will give you some bibliography and some links to if you are interested in this issue, because yeah, it's complicated. It's a deep.
I believe it can also be simplified, even as an introductory level. So my question is, in terms of, okay, you give us the tools to identify power, cycles of conflicts. Okay,
so,
you give us some tools to identify situations, power and situations in conflict, let's say, or cycles of what was the wheel of last week. So I'm looking for practical tools, even at the basic levels, to how do we resolve power struggles or conflictual situations when they arise? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think the key here, Kevin, is that you can't resolve it. That you just can move it. And the quicker way to do it is about doing this, like being aware of the power that you have in the situation and taking your position, and do what we were talking the last Monday, no? To take fully your position till you start to move, and to being able to sustain in the conflict, because there is if we look for solving, normally we look for agreements too soon. So we don't really understand. No, we don't really process what is happening. And this is why the conflicts repeat again and again and again. So there is one thing that you don't have to worry if you don't close well one conflict, because you're going to come back. No, you will have another opportunity. No, but the more that you can go deeper in the interaction, no, this is the best way that I know, to go through conflict. So I think that this is also a question of how we look at conflict, and start looking at conflict like another part of our life. That you have to have one conflict a week at least. No, if not, is you should look for them. Not big ones, but little things. And one, like any organization, any team, it's built through conflicts. And we need 3 years, 5 years to reach the full potential of a team. And if we are able to bring conflict to the table. And again, this is my experience, okay? And and you don't have to just take it what is useful for you. But yeah, maybe what is really important for me is this, no, that we try to avoid war. No, we try to avoid conflict, but doing this normally we create more pain in the long run. No, because all these disturbances, all this doesn't go away. They just kept going under the rug. No, it's like putting the lid on the how do you say this boiling thing that you put the pressure, just, and then when bam, no, when it explodes, it makes a mess. No, so to really go earlier, no, took the conflicts as soon as you can is much easier. Okay. Okay, so I think this is my last day with you. So it was a pleasure with your interest, and yeah, really nice to be with you. And yeah, maybe we will see it in another way. This alternative world is still little, no, even at a world level, no. So maybe we will meet again. So yeah, really nice to meet you, and I hope that you have a nice nice how do you say,
training.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you leave, let me tell you that the next week, Erica will be with us again, accompanied by Alba Danés, who is a communicator. She's specialized in communication for social transformation, and I'm sure that she's going to teach us a lot about communication and identity for your projects. So don't miss it.
Yeah, big hug, and yeah, take care, and conflict well.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Adeo.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, and thank you so much.